Hey guys, this is Steve from A-Champs, and this is Ash Wallace, assistant coach of Sporting Kansas City. We have some really cool news. We've been talking a lot about the rocks, the rebounders, but we're here to talk a little bit more about the arena. We're unveiling an arena that we'll be making at Compass Minerals, where Sporting Kansas City trains. We have this new partnership as A-Champs with Be Strong, where we'll be building a fully calisthenic gym for your own body weight, which these lights will attach to. And next to that, we'll be making an arena, which Peter Vermes and our team designed. And how are you guys going to implement the arena, and how do you see this from the first team all the way to the youth?
Over the past 10-15 years, there's been a huge push towards our pro player pathway and developing kids all the way from our academy to our first team. To go into the arena suggests that you're ready to work on yourself. It suggests that you're ready to make mistakes, to try things, and to know that there's pieces of your game that are not honed yet. It might not be a weakness, it might be a strength, but that there's some level of improvement there to be had. And at least we can set those exercises up for them, we can set the sessions, and we get to watch the guys that go in. We get to watch how they're working and if they're improving. That's going to be interesting for us because at times, like all coaches across every sport, it's not always easy to be able to give them a reason on why they're improving. If they're not improving, at least being able to now not only benchmark those players through the system to be able to say, okay, well, this is where you're lacking behind, and actually give them those numbers, but then also having a specific arena in space where kids feel, and first team players feel, able to make mistakes, able to develop themselves in a way that makes them better. Because I think with the software that you guys have, it's going to really allow us to be very specific and give very, very clear numerical feedback of whether they're improving or not, which is massive.
How do you see other clubs and maybe some of the affiliates or some of the youth implementing some of our mobile units and maybe getting some of these arenas as well? Comparing obviously what you're doing at Compass and at Swope and being able to pick up the phone, pick up a tablet, and recreate that scenario from an affiliate side.
Player identification is probably the main objective of the affiliate program.
Yep.
And being able to identify players in different markets that we physically can't get to, that are within our territory that's set by Major League Soccer. It's not easy for us to get out there. We have a lot of territory to cover, and we don't have eyes all over the place.
Right.
Being able to actually set exercises that maybe you can do with a player, that once they've gone through them, can say, you know what, this kid, like, he's just beaten player X on the leaderboard, and he keeps consistently doing it, and he's not one of the players that's kind of picked up to go to the affiliate weekends or get a trial with the academy, or there's numbers there that would very easily be accessible to say, let's bring that kid in and let's have a look, because across all of these 10 exercises that we might determine from a technical component to be important, this kid's up there. He's number 4 out of 200 here. As much as people think that winning is the most important thing, for us it's identifying players that fit our system, bringing them in, and then we'll teach them what they need to do in order to develop and help the team win in the long run. And if there's a kid at 14 or 15, 19, 22, I don't know how old these players might be. I think with the software that you guys have, they're really helping to show us kind of how they fit into those brackets. I think that's going to be a massive piece of player identification for us.
I know we're creating part of the app. We're doing a program series where we'll have 100, 150 drills about this year, where yourself, some of the coaches from Sporting will be writing some of these drills for our community channel, but you hit it that communication is sometimes off, right? What is a packet? What's a video? Now actual tools that professionals are using and being able to correlate that and use that, I think that's a huge importance. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree anymore. It's not that we know everything, we know what we want. Yep. And so being able to put exercises together, let's say it's for a center back or for a center forward, of ways that we're trying to improve and kind of hone the techniques of certain players in certain situations, or improve a cognitive function of an actual exercise or situation that they're kind of struggling in. Being able to go into the app and say, great, we have this process, let's take a look at what Sporting KC are doing with the center backs to improve the right and left foot.
4 to 6 week program.
Boom, you look through the program, there's a lot of coaches out there that don't have time. And so if you don't have time, this would allow you to achieve something relatively quickly, which, let's be honest, for those coaches is huge. There'll be players across the Midwest. Their character is very high in terms of, I want to do everything I can to improve, but maybe their talent level isn't the very, very top of their group. And you know that some of those players, by building themselves up at 14, 15, 16, 17, they can see massive jumps in their development, opposed to a kid that's 14 that's like, I'm just the best player on my team and I don't need to work.
Stagnant.
Well, those kids aren't going to progress as in the long term and get themselves to 35 years of age as a pro for 20 years. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Some of these younger kids being able to say, here you go, do this at home, boom, do it. And you'll find not only those kids will jump, but you'll find nowadays which kids are just saying they want to develop and which kids actually were willing to develop. And that's a great life lesson for kids that work at something for 6 weeks, take a look at your leaderboard, your numbers, and clearly better, this is working, keep going with it, I'm getting somewhere, which you might not become a professional player, but to be able to see that development in yourself, and then if you apply yourself, you will improve. I think that in itself is an unbelievable life lesson for any of the kids out there.
Thank you again, Ash. I can't thank you enough. See you in Kansas City. Appreciate it, guys.